Hello and welcome. It is 9 p.m. here on Thursday, July 31st, and I'm making this video because Amazon just announced a pretty big announcement. It says right over here, I've got it pulled up here, I'm logged into my dashboard. By popular demand, MUGS are launching in the US. This is pretty big news if you're a print-on-demand seller. It really doesn't matter what platform you're on, but because it's going to increase competition across all marketplaces, but really, for Amazon sellers like me, and maybe you watching this is huge news. I mean, for years we've been wondering and asking ourselves, why doesn't Amazon sell mugs as part of their merch program? And nobody really knew the answer. I mean, they're very, very popular. Mugs are some of the oldest print-on-demand products, and they're still very popular today. And finally, Amazon is doing this. So in this video, I want to break things down a little bit, kind of go over some of my thoughts. I've been using ChatGPT. I even have a couple print-on-demand mugs here that I want to show you guys. I believe these are the same size, the 11 ounce. And I'll show those so that you guys can see kind of maybe some of the quality. And we'll just talk about it, right? Because this is pretty big news. Last time we had a product drop was the tumblers back last fall. And for me personally, those have been a wonderful success from a lot of you that I'm hearing from in the community. The tumblers have been a great success. So I think the mugs have even perhaps more potential. So let's get into this. Let's break things down. If you're new to the channel, my name is Adam. I've been a print-on-demand seller since January of 2018. I'm a former Tier 100K seller that is now a Tier 50K, Tier 50,000 seller from the recent tear downs. And I'm about maxed out. You can see here my designs. I'm about maxed out. I do have a lot of old stuff that I'm going to continue to purge. But anyway, on my channel here, print on demand is one of the main topics. This is my main bread and butter side hustle. So let's take a look at a couple things. So here's the announcement. And if you click on this, it takes you to the royalties page. And I just did a quick search. And right down here, let me move my camera. That right down here, we can see the royalties. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm getting hit with returns. Anyway, okay, $16.99 is the base purchase price, and that gives you a $2.55 royalty, and you can go all the way up to $20.99, and that'll give you a little over a $3 royalty. So that's important, right? That's important information, and I've plugged that into ChatGPT. I love using ChatGPT for this stuff because it can just break it down. So ChatGPT is indicating here it's a 15-cent royalty for every dollar price jump. So every time you go up in a dollar, you get a 15-cent royalty. Royalty rate is consistent over that period, and it kind of talks about maybe the low, medium, and high ground. It's suggesting $18.99 to $19.99 as the optimal price for Amazon products. So that's going to be, right here on kind of the medium to high end. I personally haven't sold mugs before. I know people who have and have had a lot of success, but that seems about right to me. So anyway, what I'm doing for you guys is I'm doing an analysis. I also have an agent running that's doing analysis on the broader mug market, but I'm going to put all of that into this Google Doc, and there should be a link down below in the video. And I'm going to continue to add to this. So you guys can access this. It'll be view only, but you can access it and take a look at some of the information that I'm sort of compiling, that if you're a seller out there, you really should think about jumping on this mug market. It's not often we get new products. That means there's a lot of real estate available. So if you have the slots, this could be important. So I'm going to put the royalty information in there, but I want to show you guys a couple things here. What I did was I created a ChatGPT agent, which is one of the new AI features. It's pretty cool. And I said, tell me about the print-on-demand market in the U.S., right? How popular is it? Provide me the sales data in units and dollars. What are some of the common mug niches out there? Who buys mugs, right? What's a target customer? I'm always thinking about that. What are some of the other popular mug colors, right? I know there's white mugs, but in the announcement, I believe it said that they're going to have a few different colors. So if you were to give advice to someone, what advice would you give them if they're entering the POD mug market? And provide this information for me. So it did a deep dive. This agent went and executed all of these tasks, and it provided some pretty interesting information. So this says that the U.S. mug market, it's just USA, was $7.6 billion in 2023, and it's projected to reach $10.9 billion by 2031. Huge market there. Globally, you can see these numbers are even larger. And I don't want to bore you guys with all this. I'm just trying to give you an idea on like people buy mugs, right? People buy mugs. It's still a thing. Coffee drinkers, tea drinkers, especially. People collect mugs. But this is what's really cool. So estimated unit sales. I always like to think of numbers. How many of these are selling? And based on the U.S. and global revenue figures and the average POD mug selling price, the U.S. market likely sold 500 to 730 million mugs annually. And worldwide, that jumps to 1.6 to 2.7 billion mugs annually. I believe the announcement says, yeah, it's U.S. only. So it's right now they're only in the U.S. marketplace, but maybe that will expand. So a couple quick things, and again, I'm going to have all this in the document, and you're welcome to just jump to that if you want. But I want to point out a couple things, just like I said, just to get your wheels spinning, because this is important. If you rely on print on demand as a large source of your income, like I do. So who buys mugs? This is like, who's the target customer? Who's the type of person? Everyday coffee and tea drinkers. Duh, that's a big one. I forgot about tea. I always think about coffee mugs, but tea drinkers are huge. Gift givers and collectors. Mugs are popular gifts for birthdays, holidays, special events. I can attest to that. In my former life, in my former career, I used to get mugs as, gifts from the office. You buy and sell mugs. It's very common. Businesses and organizations. Companies purchase custom logo mugs, right? With their logo for their staff or clients. This is something I want to go back and revisit. That's like a whole B2B model, right? And, years ago, people in the merch program would go to their local businesses and, hey, I'll make your uniforms for you. What are your colors? What do you want? And they would do these B2B sales. And I know people have had success with that years ago. But now with the mugs, maybe there's an opportunity there, You could create some private listings, I'm assuming, for some custom mugs, some really cool custom mugs for businesses or organizations. And then, of course, the niche communities, right? Which is also like the bread and butter of our t-shirt print on demand. That's gaming, book lovers, sports fans, things like that. Couple mug niches and design themes, right? And I'm just going to kind of breeze through these. I'm going to have all this in the document, which should be down below. But check this out. Some color preferences. Printify data shows that items with one color option perform best. Products offering 1 to 5 color options outsell those with more choices by 70%, right? So maybe keep it simple. Printify, who's another big fulfillment partner, they recommend black and white as the leading colors. It's very similar to t-shirts, right? So this is important information to kind of think about, because I think we're going to have a few different options. Advice for entering the POD market. There's some cool stuff in here, right? Choose a clear niche. Amazon has announced that they're auto-uploading our designs automatically for us. It says that they're going to upload select designs will be automatically uploaded starting today, July 31st, with full publishing availability coming soon. Can't wait till we see what the publishing availability is. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. This is really motivating me to do more content because I love new product drops. For what it's worth, my second best-selling product is tumblers, and those launched last fall. So tumblers haven't even been out for 1 year. And my number one product is standard t-shirts, which if you're watching this, I would bet a $2 bill that your number one product is also standard t-shirts. But that second or third product can vary. It could be phone cases, sometimes it's hoodies. There's different options there. But tumblers have been my second best-selling product in 10 months or whatever it's been. So here's some advice, and I'm going to have all this, like I said, in the document where I'm also going to maybe add some of my personal notes to it. But there's some good stuff in here, right? Offering high contrast, simple designs. So what I've done is I've went to Amazon, right, and I've typed in funny mugs, right, just a very generic, broad search term. We're going to get out of these top ones that are all sponsored and not quite relevant. I want to find what look like examples right here. Best officiant ever. Very simple text. It's two-sided. That's selling 1,000 times a month, okay? Even this one, this isn't a mug, but you can see these are text designs, guys. If you struggle with designing, Mugs might be the most simple product to design for because you could just use text. People love plain text. Look at this. Classic edition, the secret message. These are selling a lot. 400, 1K, 700, 800. Guys, these are selling. I mean, 900, 800, 400. I just typed in funny. Of course, we're going to want to stay away from the trademark stuff. I wouldn't recommend doing anything like that. But look at this, world's best boss. It literally doesn't get any simpler than that for a design, guys. I mean, it really doesn't. It's just like Times New Roman caps lock text. So, yeah, I'm excited about this, if you can't tell. I jumped into Etsy a little bit as well. And again, just typed in, what did I type? I think I just typed in 11-ounce mugs. Yeah, for this, I looked for 11-ounce mugs because Etsy was showing me all kinds of different. So this is the size. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. I have these mugs. So this is the size, 11-ounce mug. And that's what I've searched here on Etsy. But let me show you these. These I had made by actually, not Printify, but Printful. And this one here is probably 3 years old. Now, I don't know exactly, obviously, the technology that Amazon's using for their POD process to make mugs, but I would be willing to bet it's very, very similar technology to what Printify and all the other partners, fulfillment partners offer. But this is one that I had made. This is a bluegill, and it's just a bluegill repeating pattern. And that's my image. It's from one of my other little businesses. And yeah, that's an 11-ounce mug. Now, I've had this for, like I said, probably 3 years. It's been in the dishwasher countless times. The bottom of it's a little chipped up, you know, from just wear and tear in the dishwasher and stuff like that. But honestly, the print looks pretty good. I'm trying to show you guys. Hopefully you can see that. And then here's another one. This one actually is images, where I uploaded an image collage. That's me and my girlfriend and our dog Roscoe. And it's just, anyway, this one's only about a year old, I think. It's in better shape, but this is what we're going to get, guys, is going to be these 11-ounce mugs. I'm assuming it's going to have a seam in the middle, just like the tumblers do, right? Because they're not going to be able to print around where the handle is. So chances are we'll have like a 300 and, I don't know, whatever that is, 340-degree wrap or something like that. You'll just have that gap there in the back. I'm assuming. We'll know more once we get access to the templates. So anyway, there's a couple of the mugs to give you guys a look. I think that's all I got. I'm hoping that if you're watching this and you have some information about mugs, maybe from a different marketplace, or maybe you just have something you want to share, drop a comment, ask a question. I would like the comments to kind of be the hub, right, where we can talk about mugs, see, you know, talk about some ideas. And I'll put a link down below for this Google Doc so you guys can take a look at it. And thank you for watching. I'm sorry for rambling in this video. I know it's late, but I wanted to get this out there. So until next time, thanks, guys.